welcome to the Code Clarity podcast. I'm Jean.
And I'm Rina. And today we're going to be discussing two recently PMCPA case rulings that relate to pharma companies, specifically very senior global leaders from these pharma companies who've been talking about their company medicines in the UK national media. So, Jean, why don't you talk us through the first case and what that was about?
So the first case published was for AstraZeneca, and that was their global senior leader who had a television interview, and it was about their Q2 results, financial results. So it was a corporate type of interview. And unfortunately, during that interview, he then mentioned one of their products, and it was a product, an indication, as he was talking about the results for that.
So it was a straightforward promotion to the public. Did they get a breach of clause 2, which was about bringing the industry into disrepute?
No, they didn't. They got a breach of high standards, but not a clause 2, because the panel felt that the breach of high standards was sufficient in this case.
So although he was wrong, he was sort of factually wrong, and therefore it's okay.
Yeah, and there were certain things that AstraZeneca actually took this to appeal, because they actually wanted to appeal it to say it was a corporate and he was just answering questions. It wasn't that he was just responding reactively to a question. And the appeal board actually picked out the fact that although he was briefed, they had briefed him around the product information, so they'd foreseen that he might get asked questions about it. And importantly, in the brief, there was nothing to say about, remember, in the UK, the restriction on promotion to the public.
Yeah, and they like that. So then tell us about the second case, because it's good to see the similarities here.
Yeah, so the second case was actually Pfizer against Sanofi. So this was Sanofi, and there may be more in this series. We will wait to see. But again, it was another global senior leader, this time in a newspaper interview. And what was published was, again, he made comments about one of their products and comments comparing that product very favourably against Pfizer's product, which is why Pfizer complained about it.
Okay, and did they get a clause 2?
They did get a clause 2, and the reason given for that was the fact that the claims made about the product were misleading. So the way that they made that kind of comparison claim, the panel felt was misleading. It was unsubstantiable. So that is what appears to be the clause 2. So not just promotion to the public, but promoting misleading information to the public.
Okay, so if you're factually wrong, no clause 2, but if you're wildly wrong, clause 2. So I think there's only one top tip from these both of these cases, and that would be that when you brief senior leaders like this, you've got to be explicit about no promotion of these medicines to the public in the UK because of the UK code. Is that right?
Yeah, so in both cases there was briefings, but that was the vital part that was missing out of both of the briefings.
Perfect. Thank you, Jean.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.